What's up, everybody? Ben Rasa and Eytan Shander here for Odd Chopper, and we are back talking more NBA, and that means more same-game parlays here. We've got a Wednesday night slate full of games, a lot of teams on back-to-backs, some interesting matchups out there, and we're going to see what we can find via Odd Chopper, looking at those player props, looking at the sides, looking at the totals, and more importantly, trying to build a same-game parlay to see if we can make some money, Eytan. We saw some wild games last night, including the Clippers' epic comeback. Are you excited to dive into these games?
Absolutely, man. You mentioned it's a busy slate, and I think this is even more reason here to attack Odd Shopper and let them do the work for you. It's free, as we constantly keep telling everybody. You have a bunch of games, a bunch of different player props to sift through. You can sort by X-Win, X-ROI. A large slate is really the perfect opportunity for anybody who's new to this to get really used to it, because it's so easy to find value across the board, as we have in this one game, but it's really great when you have a large slate like tonight.
Absolutely. A ton of places to go, a ton of options. I would encourage everyone to go there. And if you are new to the stream, welcome. It's great to have you guys in. If you can hit that like button, support us. And if you're enjoying these type of videos, you want more VODs with betting picks, you want more tutorials, this is the channel for you. Just hit that subscribe button. You join the channel, you join the community. But Eytan, let's dive into the game. We went to the Knicks because we got to go to the Knicks. They are a 6-point dog in Miami tonight. We have built a same game parlay. Let's bring it up. We've got one a little north of 6-1. It's pretty aggressive. And I do want to say right off the bat, when we're doing these videos, you know, when you build these same game parlays, obviously you want to win every time. But when you're getting north 5-6-1, you know that reasonably you only have to hit these very sporadically to make some money. These are long shot plays. You try to piece them together with some props that Odd Chopper likes. And that's what we've done here. Now, if we can survive the first leg, we could be in good shape, because this is by far the riskiest and most aggressive. We took an alternate line with Bam tonight to score 20 plus points. His points prop is at 15.5. So obviously we're going way over there. Mitchell Robinson looks like he's going to play, but you're not deterred. Talk to me a little about Bam and why you think there's a chance he could have a big game tonight.
Look, I think clearly Robinson coming back, playing through injury, we shouldn't expect 100%, but we'll assume that he goes. Noel could be out there again. It's more about Miami and just watching Bam really be back for this Heat team. The only reason why he didn't get to a higher number from a point total last time out for the Heat on Sunday is simply because he didn't get to the free throw line. He clearly has an advantage here, Mitchell Robinson or not, to get to the line. That should bump up his projection. Awesemo's free projection that we have on Odd Shopper has him clearing 15.5, 16.5, upwards to nearly 18 points. That's where I can push this to an extra bucket, knowing that he's going to get to the free throw line a little more. And that's been a key. That's been the difference between him at 15, 16 points and over that 20-point range, has been getting to the free throw line. So I think when we look at the 15.5, FanDuel has 16.5. Now you're only laying 105, but I would much rather take that risk to get back at 20 plus for a guy who should have his way tonight against the Knicks.
So I actually do like that we're taking the alternative line. It's not a prop I wanted to mess around with there, but if we're going to get plus money, I do think this is one we could see Bam really limited. And then whether you have 15.5, 16.5, or 20, you're going to be in trouble, because the Knicks do a good job defending the paint. But I think there is a reasonable scenario where Bam is very active on the boards tonight. He's played north of 30 minutes in 8 straight games. Barring foul trouble, that's going to happen. They're a 6-point favorite at home, and I do trust that front court, whether it's cleanup work and getting to the line or just Bam being very, very efficient as he always is. I think he can get there tonight. I think it's worth the shot. And again, that is where we are getting a lot of the value for this parlay. That's why these odds are north of 6-1, because of that leg. Now, part of the reason I'm also on board is because we've put the Heat in there. And obviously, if Bam has a huge game, that's going to help Miami cover this spread. They're a 6-point favorite. They're absolutely deadly at home, 16-5 on the year. And then you look at the Knicks, they're just pedestrian everywhere. I think it's a good spot defensively for Miami. I do think they have the advantage. Bam obviously correlates, but what do you think about the game itself?
Look, I think you laid it out here, right? Everything points to Miami. The Heat are the best team at home in the Eastern Conference. They've had an extra day rest when it comes to being off since Sunday, or from Sunday, as opposed to the Knicks, who played on Monday, that lost to the Cavs, right? So even the data shows you that the Heat are much better with an extra day rest over their opponent. The Knicks are struggling. You mentioned pedestrian. They're, 500 on the road this year. It really just points to Miami. Now, even if the Heat sleepwalk through the first quarter because it's the Knicks coming to town, they have enough talent. They're deeper than the Knicks. They can go on some runs here. I don't really think that 2 buckets, 2 possessions at 6 points is a deterrent for me. I like Miami to win this game, and I have no problem laying 6. Look, 7, 7.5, you get north to about 3, possibly that blowout territory. I'm a little concerned here, but 2 possessions is definitely manageable for the Heat at home.
Yeah, listen, I think, again, if Bam has a huge game, I like Miami in the game at home, 16-5. I already mentioned that. Spread feels about right, but they are taking money. I've seen, and we went to Odd Chopper to see some 6.5s already popping up. I think this is a good line to lock in, and we rounded out our last leg. Again, more Heat props because we've correlated. Duncan Robinson, this is the easiest of the 3. He needs to make 3 or more 3-pointers. This is a guy that he's taken 11 and 10 in the last couple games, plays a boatload of minutes. Everything really checks out here. Again, if Duncan Robinson is really quiet from behind the arc, Miami covering the 6 is in jeopardy, and then we don't care because if we lose 1 leg, we might as well lose all 3. That is a same game parlay. These are not props that we have bet individually. We have put them together, and I think that's a very important piece of this puzzle. So we rounded out with Duncan Robinson. The Knicks do actually a better job, ironically, in the front court than defending the 3-point line. So I think Robinson will have the opportunities. Opportunities equal value. 3 or more should be no problem. He's done that in 3 straight games. Where we have it. We've got 3 up and 3 down, Eytan. If we can get this Heat onslaught, we'll be in business.
Real quick, we should note, too, that we're saving people 4 cents here by going to 3+ made 3s on FanDuel with that opportunity as the alternate 3 as opposed to over 2.5. As you see here, it's -154. But Duncan Robinson on 3+, which is the same result, is -150. So we've lessened. And look, that impacts not only the single bet, as you know, over time, but also here in the parlay, we've added a little bit of an edge to that. So just want to let you know that there are some angles within the books to where you can take advantage of it once you go to Odd Chopper and kind of an idea of what angle you want to play.
No doubt. Always want to shop. Always want to be aware of how to get that best price. There you have it. You got Bam. 20 or more points. The Heat roll tonight. We're going to lay that 6, and Duncan Robinson chips in with 3 or more 3s. If we get that, we get +615. Not a bad price out there. Again, stay tuned here on Odd Chopper channel for even more same-game parlays, VODs, and tutorials from me, for Eytan, and the entire team. Good luck tonight. Enjoy the games, and we'll talk to you guys soon.
See ya.